Hello and welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. I'm Avon. Now we are closing in on something here now. We need to set up a few items incoming. In the previous episode we set up a bunch of smelters and I think we have everything now except for one thing, and that would be not here, here. It is the graphite. So what we're going to do first is set up an import station for the materials we need so we can actually put them into the array itself. So let's just build one here. And what do we need? We need these. Good. And here we are going to need the magnets, and we're going to need the graphite, which we don't have. Here it's fine, I think, yes. And here we're going to need the iron and white. And we need the gears. I don't think we have set up any gear production. So there are two ways to do this. One is to make it part of the array, which we can do. We can do it very easily if we just do it on the right side, actually, because we are going to import iron ingots to this location anyway. So let's quickly do that. Now the last part, the graphite, is going to be set up. Oh, power issues. Don't think it matters much because we aren't producing anything. So let's see. Here we need the magnets. That would be there. Then we need, what was it, graphite, right? Yes. And here we need nothing, and here we need two things. So the easiest way is to just squiggle it under, I think, if we chop this off and go up. I think that's the best way. There are probably more smooth ways of doing it by turning this into one of those that go to the second floor, but it's fine. So can we go here? No, here, yes. And here, good. And here, good. So that's not going to be an issue at all. The nearest was going to be the iron, so let's go here. Also, let's try to keep it. Oh, of course, it needs to go under. Yes. So we go here then, or in. I kind of want to keep it away from the titanium because I want to mine it. There are going to be a bit of squiggles going on at the very beginning here because, well, in almost every location, I guess. Let's see. Maybe we just bring this over. So if we do that, and it's this one, right? Yes. So how many do we make here? It's supposed to be 1 a second, 4 a second. This 6 seconds for one. So we need to double up on these. That's something that has changed since I made the very first one. It's been a while. Let's go with that expression. There we go. As most of you know who have followed me so far know that I don't have the ability to record too often, so things take time. There we go. Anyway, there's been a patch and it changed, and I think it was this recipe for the rocket, but it might have been this one as well because it doesn't feel very expensive. And let's see, 4 of these a second, need 2 of these a second. And this is correct still. So even if we double this up, the rest is fine, which kind of tells me nothing. Now it tells me that, let's say 12. 3. So I need 2 more than this. What does it tell me? I don't know, I lost my train of thought. Oh yes, that the change was a bit targeted. 2 more? Okay, so 15 minus 3, 12, and then we'll go here, and minus 3, 12. Good. We also need to check on our other systems, but I think what we're going to do today is just see how far we get on this other stuff. We might also, now that I think about it, need more deuterium. If we do, we're going to fix it as the issue arrives. So we have that. Now we need, we do need more of these logistic rounds. So I was asked why I didn't put everything in towers so I could ship everything, and that had to do with time. I want to do it eventually, but I don't want to do it until when? Until we have the infinite science going. That's when I want to start the biggest projects, because right now it would be really nice to have it going instead of spending a lot of time on that first. And also for the viewer, I do speed up the time a bit when traveling far. So we need this thing that was checked. So this was 2 a second, 4 a second, and then 8 a second, which means we need 8 of the machines that make the cogs as well. 6, 7, 8. This tower doesn't really matter. So it might be removed, it might not. We'll see. So we can go this way. That's good. Do we go up 1? Where's it going anyway? It's going quite far down. So maybe we just loop it the other way. Just make a longer belt and more goodness of belt spaghetti. That's it. It is going to, of course, it's going to collide with something here, but that's fine. It's going here. Oh, and then we want it to, let's go down. Here, 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 and zigzag in to leave the room for the miners here. I think that's it. That's the out belt, yes. And then we have an in belt going here. Oh, actually didn't collide. Amazing. Also, building between things. Yeah, it's hard on the visibility front. But now we are fine because we can just copy paste. That is so convenient. So 2 power poles, 1 and 2. Then we just need an output here or here. We'll see. We might move it later. Or iron bars. Now this would be all working if this one had vessels, I think. Let's see if we have 3 vessels around so we can steal a few. I also think this should be 100% by default. Yeah, let's take those. Let's leave 12, sure. Oh, we have quite a few here. So, no, there, 40. Oh, 40 is too much. 20 back, okay. 100%, 100%. This one has 1, that poor thing. So let's make a bit more. And this one, just checking the options to make sure. And this one is now getting the rest. Oh, and we need to properly set these up. This is going to be local demand. None of these, this one might actually. So this one is going to be remote demand. I guess it can be locals. No. I'm not sure how to set these up for the point when what am I trying to say? When we get warpers all over the place. There might be a spot where we mess it up completely, but we'll find out. So I think we're set now. Let's quickly check these. Yes, good. They're all coming down. We are missing the power. Let's fix that. Let's fix it. Oh, that didn't look like too many. Did we request more? No, let's not request more. Let's just use it as storage. So while I do this, I guess everyone can just meet me on the other side, because this will be a very quick and nice placement of these that no one really needs to see. And there we go. This is getting to be a quite nice field. It's bringing us the power we need at least. So maybe we'll even ship some power from this location. We'll see. I know that they did up the storage of the accumulators. It went from 90 to 270 megajoules. Yes. So that's quite a decent upgrade. So now that we have the power, we also have, just checking, we have absolutely everything except for the coal. So let's start the next array. I think the next array is going to start above. So we go here, I think, maybe a bit in, because we don't want to conflict with the titanium reserves here. So the second part is probably going to be the components. But this is also a huge undertaking. So quantum chips, maybe we actually import these at the beginning because we already make them. So let's start on these components. We also want to have a bunch of solar sails, but that's a low priority right now. I'm going to mostly use the solar sails to build the permanent structure and not for power itself. I think the Dyson Sphere will do nicely for that. So if you go here, so you are more visual, and these belts we can fix later. So we need 1 second of the component. So let's build this in the completely opposite direction. Let's just start around here. So 4 and 8, that's 1 second. Still want to make sure we have room on the left. That's why I don't start to the left of anything. I want to be able to duplicate these. And we might be able to, possibly very soon, when the blueprint patch hits. It should hit in a few days. Good. So processors, oh, this is big. So we need 3 of each of these. That means 3 a second of each of these materials. This one is not very difficult to make. This one is really not very difficult to make at this stage either, even though it took some time earlier. And this one is not really hard either. Okay, so it's not bad. Do we have any silicon smelting going on? We do not. So we need a bit more smelting and stuff. We also need to make glass. But I think I'm just going to quickly check the other planets in the system. Sakura Ocean, this might be an awkward one. Maybe we just mine here, I don't know. What about this one? Yeah, this one is better. It doesn't have coal though. What about you? You don't have coal either. You have, okay, so we need to, maybe we just do the smelting here on the ocean planet. Let's see, is it buildable at all? Does it say? Does it say? Yes, construction area, 57%. Oh, so it's not a fully oceaned planet. Good. So we do coal smelting and maybe some stone smelting as well down there. Yeah, I like that plan. So let's flip the camera here. That's confusing, but I'm going to use it anyway. So we start with the products we haven't made before. Frame material. And we need 3 a second of frame material. That's here, 3 a second, that's 18 machines. So that's, let's go here, leave a bit of breathing room because I don't know how it's going to look in the end. Also, when blueprints happen, we can do copy pastes and, or cut and paste basically. So that's 15. And by doing cut and paste later, we can move them. Say this one 2 up if we want, and so on. So being pedantic about it right now isn't going to be very helpful. We can do that later, even though it might not be helpful then either. So we don't have any of these, but what we do is have fire eyes, but not in this system, I guess. Yeah, how do we want to do this? I think, let's see, 2 fire eyes goes to 2 of the graphene, and 3 of the graphene goes to 2 of those. So that means the best way to ship this, if we are thinking about the economy of the warpers, is to either ship the carbon nanotubes or ship the spiniform stalagmite crystals. So that's what I'm going to do. Good, and this one we have made, and this one we are going to smelt on a different planet. So I guess this part is kind of done. Let's do the inputs in this direction. So this is what happens when we have done some of the stuff before. We kind of delay it. I guess that one way to look at it, but it's also something we just put on the list for our smelting project on a different planet. So that's there. I guess it can go here, it can go anywhere really. So we leave it at that for now. The next part we need, this is also a new one, we're going to need 3 of these a second. And each machine makes half. So we need 6 machines. I think, no, we're going to make 6 machines. We're going to be specific here. So even though we need it for actually firing them into space as well. So that's these. This is going to need graphene. So the best way to get graphene is possibly to ship fire ice. So, or ship graphene in itself. So I guess we just ship graphene and we make this in the starter system. That's good. Maybe I should write this down. So from starting system, that's the Corona system, we ship what? Let's see. We ship carbon nanotubes, and graphene. Okay, and silicon was going to come from this system. So that's That's all good. Yes. So that means this thing is going here, and that can go one more out than this. And the last part is the processor. And the processor, we can make a processing plant here, I think. Yes, we can definitely do that. We have the room, we have not a lot of silicon, but that's fine because the silicon was here. Yes, quite a bit. So this is now set. This is set. It's ridiculous to say that it's done when it's clearly not, but yes. So this one is 3 a second, which means we need 3 of this a second, the photon thing. Not going to use this for that. We are going to use the stone. And I do want to make this in a location with a lot of stone. And 1.5 million, let's look at this. 4 million stone. It's not amazing. I think we have more in our starting system. But let's see. I think we have more in the starting system, so I kind of want to ship them. So let's also ship 3 photon combiners. 3 photon a second. Good. I'm just delaying everything. So we need a place to obtain this. Let's go here. Oh, it's too close. Like, oh, I want to align them. So that would be here. Is this aligned? I think that's aligned. So we shift this up, and here we want graphene, we want carbon nanotubes, and we want photon combiners. I like the idea of shipping them. I do, yes. Plus 5,000, sure. And remote demand on all of these. And we put these in. Then again, it can't do anything unless it gets warpers. So we need warpers here. I think the way I'm going to do warpers, if I haven't placed any yet, I don't think I have. I think we're going to use one interstellar one that ships the warpers. That ships the warpers to the planet. So that's going to be, I'm going to place it very close to the North Pole, because that way I'm going to find it. And also on this planet we aren't using the North Pole really for solar panels or anything like that. So that's a nice way of doing that. That's here we only need, if I set 100, it is going to ship 1,000, and that's completely fine. It's also only going to need one of these. We are not going low on, or are we? It is going to ship 100 at the time, but 100 is the minimum we can set in the towers as well, so it might as well. It might as well, because this one, it won't go lower if it can supply it. Okay, that's a lot of thinking for absolutely nothing. So let's do 5 of them. Sure. And we have local supply. So that's the plan with this. And as you know, I connect everything to power, even though it's not needed, because I don't like that they can be run without power at all. I don't think they should be able to request without power. So playing the game as I want the game to be, kind of, and not the way it is. I think it's going to change though. I believe. Good. So we already have 1,000. That was very quick. In a different game I played, I travelled to the black hole and started shipping the unipolar magnets, and I think it was very early, right when I got the warpers, so it took ages to travel there, and it takes ages to fly the stuff back as well. So now this thing is going to request stuff, and I think I'm going to leave local supply on. So you are going to request there, local demand, and it's going to request 100, and when these 100 arrive, 50 is going to go in here, and then it will get 100 more. So this one will be between I don't know, it will almost have like 250 in here, but that's fine. Oh, and okay, we already have graphene in a tower. Lucky us. So the graphene, let's see, the graphene is going here. Need to pay a bit of attention to what they need the most. They don't need anything the most. Then we have this. Go here. And then this thing, this is the out belt. So you will go up. That was possible, good. And then you go to where you're needed, which would be here. Yes. So this one needs 3 belts as well. 1, 2, and 3. So maybe, can we do it? Can we be this sneaky? Let's try. Plop. Looks like we can, at least temporarily. That also means we can steal them for the blue chips. That's evil, I think. So, this thing isn't bringing enough stuff. We also need the titanium alloy. I'm going to bring it from here and just squiggle it here, and then we go up. Do we go up more than 1? Let's see. I'm going to weave it out of the way. Yeah, so let's go up a few more. I forgot where it's going now. Is it here? No. Is it here? Yes. So we still want to be up. But I think this one is up 1, right? Yes. So where do we want to put this? I think we're going to put it here. Yeah, that's fine. That's there. Good. And then we go, how close can we get? That's not as close we can get. Oh. The autosave in this game makes a short little spike, so it's hard to plan for. I hope this is okay. It looks okay. So you go into here. Let's just connect you. And you go... let's put you... Oh, it's so hard to see stuff when I do it like this. Let's see, 1 up and then on. That's good. And then we go back to ground floor with the processors. Ground floor. And connect here. Now, you are going to go into the next one. I almost want to bring the belt this way. I think we can. If the only thing we need to do is adapt the this part and move it all the way here, for instance, if we expand. But I think it's a decent way to do it right now. So let's go from here and down and here. This part. Oh, excuse me. I keep talking. I should have a glass of water. So here we go. And that is going to be good when we have the sorters on here and out here. Then we can do the copy paste all the way. Then we get power poles. I really like the convenience of having the power poles between these. It would really change the full layout if that wasn't possible. Speaking of power poles, let's do what you already have. I'm going to place them here anyway because I want to align it with the other arrays as much as possible. There, skip 4, there, skip 4, there, skip 4, there. So you are going in and in, in, and out. And copy paste all the way. Yep, that is so convenient. I'm very happy with this. And there we go. Do we feel like everything is finished now? You have all the things, but you don't have the sorters apparently. So we go there, plop. So that was very quick. We do of course need to remember to get the carbon nanotubes. Now that we actually have imported graphene, we might make them here. No. Yes. No. 3 goes into 2, which means that we save 50% of the warpers if we just warp it in. I might overestimate the price of the warpers. If I do, I'm quite fine with that, overestimating it to save on them. But I think later we're just going to use them. So that's this part. Good. So on the Sakura planet, we are going to do coal smelting and silicon. And on the on a planet in the starting system, we are going to make the photon combiners. And that would be 3 a second. And also, we are going to ship carbon nanotubes, but that's from the Corona system. So I think we're going on a journey in the next episode. And I think I want to check if we have, I want to do 1 delivery if we have these. Drum roll, but no. Okay, so we can't ship these right now at least. We might be out of them because there are issues, I know, in the starting system with probably silicon and hydrogen as well, because we aren't fully mining the gas giant. But that's not a today problem. That's a problem for another day. I was going to say tomorrow problem, but it might not be fixed tomorrow either. So other than that, a huge quantum chip facility, it would be nice to avoid setting it up right now, because we are going to need so many of these when we set it up to improve on science again. And yes, anyway, I'll speculate offline a bit and find out what I'm going to do. But this is nice. This has been productive, very productive. A bit of traveling and a bit of shipping, and we have all of the parts. And that means we can start building a sphere in the location where we're going to build a sphere, which I don't remember where it was right now. I think it's far away. I saw a name there, Alsam. Yeah, it's here. Oh, it's not that far away. Good. Oh, and we haven't done science in a while. Let's do the upgrades first. Universe exploration is good to have. We don't need it right now. Construction drones. This one is nice, refueling. And oh, logistics. Yes, please. Thank you. And this, yeah, this is very quick. Good. So let's just queue the space exploration as well, and some technologies, and see what happens with them. If we run out of science, we run out of science, but it's fine. So next episode, we might go traveling. We'll see. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the spaghetti. Bye bye.